to fight to the top of a large tower, killing 2 enemies along the way, only to get to the top and find empty space. So you see, and also you see I've put this raised area, top of the raised area, there's a medipack there. That's a reward for getting to the top. Maybe there'd be 2 enemies at the bottom of this. If you see I've used foliage there, and see the river's telling me where to go. You see, there should always, I haven't put one here, but there should always be a grandiose view. Like, it leaves a pleasant impression in the player. Always have a grand view. It shows off the level and all the good art. Another point is traps. Traps should be avoidable without dying. You shouldn't have to die before you realise how to get past somewhere. And don't over-reuse meshes, because it can look really tacky. You also might want to turn off ambience, because if you leave ambience on, it will give a really flat, shaded appeal, visual appeal to the level. Whereas if you use custom lighting, it will give more depth to the scenery. You see, I was going to do some more about at the end of this little bridge here, but I didn't get enough time. I'd just pack it all up and do something about contrasting colours. It's a dark dungeon, and all around it would have dark trees. Also, another thing I want to say is a quote from Stephen King in Danse Macabre. There's something along the lines of when the lightning crashes and the door opens and you see a 10-foot bug standing there, a part of you sighs and thinks, I thought there's going to be a 20-foot bug. That means that if you're going to put something big and large, don't be worried of over-exaggerating. Make it huge and massive. You want to scare the crap out of the player. And yeah, well, that's all my points. So it's finished. Thank you. Sorry I didn't get enough time to make some more content, but hope you liked it. Yep.
Is there art that you made for Crystal Core, or is that just for your personal stuff, or just for the conference? Or?
I just made it for the conference.
Yeah, because it looks so great. It's much better than most of the art that's in the space at the moment.
Yeah, thank you. I sat one weekend just didn't leave the house and rapid typing and making loads of art. I was really worried I wouldn't finish it.
Because most of the art that's in Crystal Space currently is developers' art, like we all know, walk test flash or something.
The hashtag the demo create, you get to see it this evening.
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
Because, yeah, of course the point in the launch level is to test the features, not to look good. So.
Is there any other questions?
What was the name of that modeling tool in SVA?
Pardon?
The modeling tool for
Sculpting tool. Yes. I'd like. If anyone wants to see that, I'll show you that now. This is a unstable feature, but I like it quite a bit. So if I just open this. Okay, I'm just going to make it. If you use sculpting tool, you need a very high-res mesh, because otherwise fine details don't get done, because it doesn't work like that. So here's special mode, sculpting mode, and you see this add and draw. If you see, let's say I want to make a hump there, so let's just make the strength exaggerated so you can see. See, if I can paint on features onto a model, see? Very useful for painting on muscles, which before was a right pain in modelers. See, like that. If you also notice symmetry, like if I turn on symmetry, this is now going to do symmetry across all 3 axes. So if I paint one side of the model like this, can you see it's doing it to all 4 quarters? There's smooth, to smooth it out and pinch corners, and see the size of the brush and the strength. And this looks like they're going to add textures for the way a brush looks, but I think that feature's unstable and not quite done yet. Oh yes, texture. But This was made by the person who made Sharp Construct for Blender Summer of Code, and he was originally going to port the code from a program called Sharp Construct for Linux, which is just painting on models like ZBrush, but he's completely redone the architecture for Blender because from his blog he said he can do it completely better, so that'd be exciting. See how that does.
Also, how did you get the animation onto the T-Rex?
Basically, if I show you another example, something I'm doing for Crystal Core. Or something that's been done, should I say. Not this one. Okay, so you see all these animations. These are all the actions I have, such as idle, which is just idle animation, the running animation, the attack animation, and these are all the keyframes for the bones. See, if I show you the bones for this model, this is the rig. See, if I move this rig, I can move his arm about to slash, and I can move his legs about to move, and this is his root node for sitting up and sitting down. See, moving his tail about for stinging people, like that. Basically, I work with keyframes. You see this keyframe number. If I animate the keyframes, you see it moves, and these little dots are the position. Just basically, if I change the position of head here, I save a keyframe, then I go to this frame and I save another keyframe. It will interpolate between those keyframes, and it will do it. I've done it for all these actions, and I bake them to an action, and it gives me all these animations. So,
How did you get that into Business Pass?
I used the exporter done by Pablo Martin.
And the animation just sticks on it, does it?
Yeah, it exports into XML, and you would load it from XML script or whatever using to change the animation of the model.
Is that animation then just loop in the game and you control it?
Yeah, I set it to loop in just that level because it's only something simple. But in your, for instance, in the game, you'd have a monster walking about like this. You'd want to use walk, and then you'd want to transition to attack or something, or.
Can you trigger it? Like you were saying about triggering.
Yes, you can do something like that.
Have you done anything with motion capture?
No. I'm not even sure of motion capture abilities of Blender anyway, so.
Is there an easy way to exchange a texture during runtime? To apply, for example, two textures and switch between them during a running game?
So you mean so you could have multiple factory meshes and they all have a different texture but the same mesh, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, that can be done, but it has to be done by very messy crystal space code. Like in the game we're showing you tomorrow, we had no way of doing it through the crystal entity layer interface. We had to do some really dirty hacking, and we have to send a special message from the game to the behavior, which then does this special crystal space code to do what we want. So yeah, that's basically what we have to do. Anything else?
Do you know if this is a feature that is about to be implemented?
I really don't think it is, but I hope so. Any other questions? Okay then. Very nice talking to you. I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you.